George, such an electric atmosphere here at the Wake in that last quarter. I mean, how do you feel after that win, mate? Obviously, impressive display.
Really happy with, it was scrappy, and I knew they would come in with a physicality to them. And they did a good job of playing a small, long, quick lineup and switching everything and getting real aggressive full court. And it was really hard to run system. But we settled down when we got the two guards on the floor. And I thought the second half was what we needed, just the defensive side of the ball. I thought they were as physical and as aggressive as we've played against, and we matched them. And that's been an area, obviously, that's been a huge concern. So to win in that form was really big. And I thought a huge one in this, and a real important piece. We've talked about the loss of Justin Simon and Daniel Gritter not being a part of this. A lot falls in this, the energy and the who you play off on the defensive end is Cleveland. And I thought he's starting to sniff it, and he picked it up the last couple games, and I thought he took it to another level tonight, and I thought all the guys, it got Duop going, it got Sam going, it got Tyler going, and again, that was good to see, because if we have any chance of moving forward in this thing, we've got to cover that end.
You've talked about defence for a few weeks now, but giving up 17 points in a half, that just must be able to do very well.
Real pleased. I didn't know it was that. I tell you what I did know, and there's statistics here on the bat where you're trying to go. You're trying to get to the foul line. You're trying to win the board count, and you're trying to hold down the defense from getting easy baskets. So a huge aspect that we talk about all the time is the foul line. And, I'm just being honest here. We went into the paint 43 times in that game, and with 4 minutes to go in the game, we hadn't shot a free throw for the game. And I just, we've lost a lot of close games here. We lost by a point to Phoenix. We lost by 2 points to Melbourne. This thing's really tight, and a huge point on this. And I take this back to Perth Game 3 that we're playing here to make it to the final. And at three-quarter time, it was a similar thing. It's like 16 or 20 free throws to 0. And it's not, I'm not talking referees here. I'm just talking about learning, me coming out, being out of this and coming back into it, and figuring a way to get that done. Now, we got going last week. We got, for the first time, I don't know if it was this year or in the last, we've lost a ton of games where we got to the foul line more than our opposition. So tonight, I'm just being on, that stat is alarming and something I'm going to look closely at as we lead into the next game, is just, how we get on that foul line like the opposition. And again, a lot of years of coaching, and the two worst that I can remember was tonight and our Perth game in Game 3 here.
We'll see a quick turnaround to your next game against Tasmania. How much confidence will we give the boys, the bench players, get the game on?
Well, I mean, it's so much easier for me there to substitute when you're playing with that energy and guys are asking to come out, where we've been really stagnant, defensively and slow, and falling down early and having to lock into your best group of 5 to get back in a contest. Where tonight, after the first quarter, you felt like, I was subbing on fatigue. And then you look at it and you go, God, we're starting to introduce some guys. And I think, there is a place down the road here for Emmett Nair and he's been working, and he's been doing great at practice. And, we've added Xavier to this, which is another import, which is kind of sat on him. But there's something there for him. And then I also think there's something for Isaac White. And it was great to get AJ on the floor tonight because, I look at Melbourne and I look at Barlow, has a bit similar situation. You got these guys coming in, you've added, and, there hasn't been a piece so far, but he's been incredible with his leadership and keeping the team together through these dark spots. So it's nice to get him a little minutes too, and hopefully that opens up as well. So the defense really enables us to move some bodies.
The last one for me, for you, Tim, can you describe what that atmosphere is like when the weakest rocket like it was in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, it's something special. I've been around it a while now, obviously, and when the crowd gets behind you and you go on a run and you hit that shot, the building does erupt. So it was nice to feel that tonight, and it's nice for the fans too, to come out and be able to have fun at the end of a game, not biting their nails, hanging on the edge of their seat. Finally, they get a chance to have a win where it's coming, and they enjoy it at the end. And it was, getting Lockie on the court, getting those guys. It's always fun when that happens. So, but on the other end of it, we're about to come up against a team that probably played just as hard as anyone else in the league. Watching them and waiting to play them, it's been one of the ones that I've been looking at, because in terms of how they play hard. And they're going to be a real test for us, and we need to string these home games together now. So if we can get on a run now, that sets us up nicely, and we've got to just keep improving. A 17-point half for them is great for us. It sets the tone, but enjoy it tonight, and then tomorrow we've got to start locking into Tasmania, because they are by no means an easy win.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, Tim, just one from me as well. It's Chris Mike here. It looked like you were back to the defensive mindset that you had last season, and then the offense is able to flow from that, and you're able to get on the roll. Is that how it felt, sort of, as part of it?
Yeah, I mean, Coach hit it on the head with, AC is a real catalyst for us in that regard. His ability to make plays out of nothing on the defensive end is as good as I've ever seen. He provides athleticism, and then he's able to get the ball and start pushing downhill, and he just runs past people. It's a level of athleticism. When you see it, you understand that getting him going downhill on the fast break is very good for us. But out of that, he's blocking shots. He can play above the rim. He can guard 1 to 4, 1 to 5 sometimes. And, for him to get us going is a real catalyst for us. But then on the other side of that, with the other guys, just playing solid and sticking to the scout and communicating is a big one for us tonight. I thought we did that a lot better than we had in the past. So good signs, but by no means do we rest here. We've got to keep moving forward. And like I said, there's a big game coming up on Sunday, and that's a hungry team, and it's a team with a lot of enthusiasm, and they've got a point to prove. And we have to match their energy, or they're going to run on top of us.
You've touched on it already, but the fact that they make themselves so hard to beat, they play at such a high energy for 40 minutes, you'll only have a 36-hour turnaround. How important is now the recovery between now and then for you and the team?
Oh, huge. I mean, it was good that we were able to rotate bodies tonight. I thought that was a real good point. After that first quarter, we started to stick to the scout. We started to play with more energy. We definitely won the effort in the second half, so we were able to move bodies, so we were able to keep some of those guys a little fresher. So that's going to help. But tonight's all about making sure you take care of yourself and do the little things that you need to do to make sure you have that same energy come Sunday. And, that's just what being a professional is about. So hopefully when we come in on Sunday, we're ready to go with the same kind of energy we had in that second half.
Hey, Gorge, Fraser here from me. Big congratulations on the win. Just lifting on what Tim said, does it really come down to the scout in terms of knowing what to do on defense? He also mentioned AC's impact and how he was able to turn the tide there. You've limited the Taipans to their lowest field goal shooting nights in back-to-back games against them. So is it the scout that really gets you over the line there, or is it individual plays, or is it just team defense?
It's a good point you make. It's a mix, and as Tim said, that we haven't been great on the scout. You know, when to switch, when to show, and what you're getting now is you're getting a lot of similar actions from each team. You know, 3 or 4 things in this competition are consistent, and it's defending those things well and communicating those things, and then getting better at the skill. You know, it's just like shooting the ball. One thing's the scout, and then the other is, you know, development in the actual skill of it. So it's a big picture thing. But what Tim says is, if you don't have that aspect of it, the scout, and the reason why he says it is that we haven't been great there, and it's gotten better over the last couple games now against Cairns. We've improved in that area, and that's an important part. But also on the day-to-day, as he's also mentioned, getting better at the skill of defending.
And Brian, just one question from me. Obviously this season you've added Joel Reeve, Cleveland and Xavier. How good is it to know that on a night where Tyler Harvey only scores 7 points, you can get a 25-point win?
No, huge. And, you know, I mean, you look at Melbourne, you look at, you watch those top teams play, and Goulding, same sort of thing. You know, one day he'll break out and he'll be needed. Somebody else picks up the slack. We wanted, and we tried to do that in putting together this team. If they want to face Tyler and rough him up and get physical with him and face guard him, it opens up the floor on dribble penetration with the others. And I thought Xavier got to the rim, Cleveland got to the rim, Duop, the court was spread on Zimmerman. So again, we're taking advantage of how they're playing Justinian and how they're playing Tyler. And that was a focus on putting this team together in the off season. So the point you're making is a good one there. And again, I thought he and Justinian are huge for us in that manner.
Thank you.
Any other questions, boys?
All good.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.